Hi everyone! So today we're going to talk about CodeIgniter module, deleting data. Okay, so let's try to talk first about the sample template na mayroon tayo. So ito yung listing of all posts natin. So yung objective natin ngayon is magkaroon ng functionality yung mga delete button natin. Okay? So every time we click delete, it should delete a specific post na meron tayo. But of course, we need to provide some confirmation message, yung alert message natin. Okay, wherein asking us if sure ba tayong i-delete natin yung isang post. If we click OK, then madi-delete yung post. But if we click cancel, then we're not going to delete the post. Okay? So, yun ang objective natin ngayon. Okay? So, now let's try to check out yung code natin sa pagdating sa listing of all the posts. So, ito yun. So, ito yung button. So, based on this part, our URL, we have this URI, which is plug slash then delete, which is the method, but hindi pa natin nagawa to. Later on, gagawin natin yan. Then, slash the ID of the post. Okay, that will serve as the first parameter of the method. Okay? Ngayon, paano naman yung pop-up na yon? Yung are you sure? Ito yon. We provided a on-click attribute on the anchor tag natin. Then, we utilize here yung JavaScript code. Okay? So, ito lang yung function nun. We use yung confirm function. Then, ito naman yung label. So, you can write anything here. Sabihin natin, are you sure you want to delete this post? Parang ganon. But I just make it simple na are you sure lang muna. Okay? So, once I delete the button, then merong pop-up na lalabas. Okay, guys? So, ngayon, let's try to jump to our controller. So, in our controller, gagawa na tayo ng method na delete, which having a first parameter of ID. Okay? So, once maklik kong button and we click okay on the part of the confirmation message or yung alert message natin, then dito siya mapupunta yung process. Okay? Sa delete method natin in the part of the controller. Now, the next na gagawin naman natin is to make the functionality or the method in the part of the model on creating the actual method that delete the data, which is this one. So we have this method delete post, which accept a first parameter of ID, and we have this query that delete a specific post. Okay, so it accepts two parameters. The first parameters will be the table name. Then the second parameter is a where clause, which is an associative array. So the key will be the field name or the index, the field name. And of course here the value that we are about to compare. Okay. Then we try to any kind of response will be passed to this kind of variable, and we provide here an if statement. So if the response is equals to false, then I would like to return false. But kung hindi siya false, then re-return naman natin yung true. Okay? So let's try to know more on details about this delete and the other ways of deleting a specific record. Okay, now let's try to talk about muna the two ways of deleting data. So let's start with the query basics. Okay, to submit a query, use the query function. Okay, so we use here yung query function and specify here yung delete statement natin. Query statement. Delete from my table name where ID equals 15. So it will delete the record with an ID of 15. Okay, so this function will return true or false depending on the success or failure. Note, you need to escape the data or use a query binding instead to provide a safer query. Okay, then the next way is yung query builder class, which is we're going to utilize the delete method. Okay, so generates a delete SQL string and runs the query. So we have here yung sample natin. We just need to call yung method, this db delete. Then the first parameter will be the table name. Then the second parameter will be a where clause, in which the index will serve as the field name, and the value will be the ID that we're about to compare. Okay, in which it will produce this kind of query. Delete from table name or my table where ID equals 15. Okay, so the first parameter is the table name, the second parameter is the where clause. So the delete method will return a response of CIDB query builder instance, which is usually used for method chaining, or false on failure. Okay, note, all values are escaped automatically, producing safer query. Okay, guys? So I encourage you, as I always say, to use the query builder instead of the query function, because using query builder, they automatically producing safer query. Okay. Okay. So since we already know the how we can use the delete method, now let's try to jump back to our controller. So in our controller, we're going to call, of course, yung method na ginawa natin. Okay? So first, of course, we load the model, then call the delete post and pass the specific argument, which is the ID. Then after that, we try to call the set flash data and specify an item or a key, which is the delete post response. And of course, we pass the response as a value to the flash data. And after that, we try to redirect the page back to the list of posts. Okay, now let's try to go to the template part and update this one so that we can have our alert messages. For the first flash data, which is the delete post response, equals to true. Therefore, we're going to display an alert message or notification that the post was successfully deleted. Then if it returns false, then we're going to display an error message. Okay? Now let's try this one. Let's try to click this one. And there will be an alert message. Are you sure? Then if we are sure, then let's try to click OK. Okay, so we successfully deleted the record. Now, to make sure that we successfully deleted that particular record, let's try to go to our database and check it out. So as we will notice, wala na yung first post natin. So it is totally deleted na talaga. Okay? Okay guys, so that's how we can manage on deleting a specific record. Okay? Okay, so I think that's it guys. I hope you learned something new today regarding our topic, which is about CodeIgniter model deleting data. Okay, so if you did, please click thumbs up, and please don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you will not miss our upcoming uploads. Okay guys, so just like I always say, just keep practicing and never stop learning. Thank you for watching guys, and goodbye for now.